I joined Intermountain when the announcement of the project was made. We were still living in California, and we actually moved our family here. And when we got here, it was an empty field. So when I showed up, there were no trailers, and one of my tasks was to help to get the trailers together. So we watched the whole project evolve from just a spare field.
The day before we actually opened for patients, we all met out on the front lawn. It was just amazing, and Blair spoke to us about how monumental this was and what a great hospital this will be for the community.
He just talked to us. He said, we want to be the best hospital. I feel like that's what I signed up for. And so, yeah, I was super excited about it.
The trailers were put together as a group of modular, essentially office buildings. And we had surgery, we had orthopedics, we had the Instacare, we had allergy, we had pediatrics, we had internal medicine. And so we all worked very closely as a team, and we still affectionately refer to each other as trailer trash.
In the beginning, we only had a few patients starting out for a while. And again, I remember Blair coming by and saying, it's okay, this is what we anticipated, we're right where we thought we would be.
We would have 3 or 4 patients a day, and we had the highest approval ratings that we'd ever had because I would call them 2 or 3 days later and ask how their experience was. And so we had a lot of time with each patient.
It took a lot of planning and a lot of preparation before we even opened the doors. Where was surgery? How do we get from the emergency room to x-ray? How do we take care of these patients?
I remember putting beds together. I did all the mail for the hospital. I did all the payroll for the hospital. I credentialed all the physicians. I mean, everybody just pitched in and did everything that was needed.
We all kind of just helped each other. And I think that's partly why we're still here today.
Back then, I was seeing, young new families or families that had just moved out here. And now some of those same families, their kids are graduating from high school. And I still actually have a small number of families who have been seeing me since I was in the trailer.
We've gone from being a nursery to a level 2 NICU where we were not even allowed to keep babies that were over a liter of oxygen to where we can keep 32-week babies that are on ventilators.
I think the community was really excited to have a hospital be in their neighborhood, and they loved that it was new and clean.
Patients were driving across the valley to Altaview to give birth, to see their OBs. Now they didn't have to do that anymore. They could be all in one place. The community was really ready for it.
They left with smiles on their faces, knowing that they didn't have to travel very far, and they had this great hospital right by them.
And people say whenever they float to Riverton or they visit Riverton, everybody always says, hi, you don't feel like a number. You're not feeling like next. You can still really invest in people's care and people's lives.
Riverton Hospital is really a jewel if you look at it. It's a great facility to work at. It really draws in a large population of people from all over, and not just here in Riverton. We have people come from all over. And I really accredit that to the type of providers we have here. Awesome staff that we work with, and it's not uncommon to have one of my patients tell me they really like coming to Riverton Hospital because they really like the care they get.
I love the people that I work with. I love my managers. I love the nurses that I work with. Everybody just is positive, hardworking. Everybody does their share. And I love that everybody has the same goal, is to give the patients the best care possible.
I have a lot of love for the community, and I really like people coming here and having good experiences.
I stay at Riverton because of the people. It also gives me a sense of pride to work in the community that I live in and to take care of my neighbors and friends and family. And we have such a good name in the community and a good reputation that it's really special.
The reason I stay is strongly because of the relationships. You build those relationships and you tend to trust one another, and it just gives you a better sense of accomplishment when you can take care of people and offer the care we do at such a high level that we do with people you trust and you actually like to work with.
Years later, I ended up having to have urgent surgery. And I had it done here. And people asked, why would you have a very personal surgery done here where you work? I said, this is my family. I know my surgeon, not as a provider, I know him as a friend. I know my circulating nurse. I know the team in the PACU. We've spent miles together. We've seen each other's hurts and successes. Why would I look for my care anyplace else?
I came to Riverton because it was so close to my home. I stayed at Riverton because of the people. I mean, there's not a better hospital than Riverton Hospital. That's not better people than the people that work here at Riverton Hospital. It's my home away from home.